Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night, where tonight, of course, we're coming to you from mid-Ohio for round 7 of season 32 of Sunday Night Lights 2023 season 3 from memory. I always forget that stuff. I'm Alex McKellar. Joining me as always is the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Stein. How's we got a massive soft tonight, 5,730. Corey, massive night, massive soft, massive night, massive racing ahead.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And we've got the lucky amount of drivers as well. 13 signed up for this race. And just looking through the list of names that we got here, there's some names that we haven't seen for a while. There's some names that we see each and every single week. But every single one of these drivers in the race tonight is a race winner and any other day of the week.
100%. Let's check them out. Car number 1 tonight is the Cowboy Sam Devanti for Speedy Snails. Look at that beautiful shot of the Cowboy getting around there. Look at that livery. Beautiful. Tim Hendrickson, car number 2 for Team Torpedo. Good to see Hendrickson. He's had a bit of a good string of form lately, and hoping to back that up this week. The international man of mystery is back for FPM Oval team, Dimitri Philippides, after somewhat of an hiatus, at least from the Formula Fords, if not in general. He's car number 3. Fraser Smith yet to take the track. Oh, he's just coming out now. There he is in that fantastic fighter pilot livery. Loving it. Car number 5, Mr. Henry Moore. Won a couple back-to-back and then had a couple of rough and rugged finishes. Back in the familiar blue livery. Car number 5, looking to make what he can of tonight's race. Car number 6, the other torpedo in the field, Mr. Anthony Prime Minister Jones. First time I think we've seen him in the Formula Fords here on a Sunday night, wearing somewhat of a McLaren-esque livery by the looks. And then car number 7, Anne Medema, back again for another crack in that striking yellow and black livery. TNT Racing. By the looks. And if you're listening or you're watching this back, make sure you go in and check out in the Top Split Discord. There's a link there to show you how to get your team name and everything into the overlays. Corey, it's great when people do that. Adds a little bit of colour to the broadcast, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely it does. And it also just helps us to know, who might be working together throughout the race. Speaking of working together throughout the race, one of the guys that we see each and every single week, and unfortunately, he's only got the one teammate with him here tonight, Vasco Sorosky, representing Oz NZ and Team Clowns Racing. Car number 8, the head clown man himself. We've got Donald Sabanel making a return. Great to see Donald out there in the 9 car, a Team Milo driver. And car number 10, his teammate for Team Milo is Mr. Luke Whitten. Luke, always very quick. And he's got a little bit of pace about him tonight as well. Glenn Corrigan, car number 11. And he's got the Jim's Mowing livery on. Great to see Glenn out there having a crack. And he actually had a blue with a 2K driver in the warm-up race. So hopefully a better race for him here tonight. We've got Hideki Ogihara from Japan, car number 12. And he is representing their driving school. The Nagai driving school. And then wrapping up the field, lucky number 13. It's almost always a clown car. Of course, it is the Mark Lay driven number 13 car.
That's the one. Great to see Mark back. This is another one who's had a bit of a short hiatus. Meanwhile, top of the pops at the moment by 3 and a bit tenths. Tim Hendrickson, now shaved down to 1/10. Henry Moore provisionally on the front row next to Hendrickson. Devanti relegated to the second row. We'll see what he's got there. Medema right up there in terms of his first lap. Sorosky coming around to finish, I believe, his first time lap. Sorosky been in a rare, rarefied air, purple patch of qualifying in recent times, and bang, there it is, drops it straight up to the second row provisionally after his first lap, Corey.
Yeah, he had an absolutely fantastic battle with Henry Moore in the warm-up race. And no matter what he tried, he just could not get around that blue machine of Henry Moore. But it's great to see Vasco with a lot of pace heading into this one.
Absolutely. Look at this. The whole field, bar Jones on the back there after one lap separated by less than a second. Jones looking like he's just got to get this second one right in that striking. It's orange and blue, but not for the same reasons as his teammate. Hendrickson's done. He's left it on the front row. Donald Sabinal for Team Milo has dobbed it onto the front, onto the second row alongside Sam Devantier. Swarovski now. Oh, Philippides has just gone by. Hendrickson more onto pole, if you don't mind. Witten onto the second row. Team Milo locking out the second row at this stage. Swarovski coming around to finish. Or who's just finishing? Mark Lay, the first of the clown cars to cross the line. Does not improve. Fraser Smith. Oh no, Swarovski's the next one to cross. Coming to finish out his lap now. The car 8 of the head clown crosses the line. What's he got for us? Only good enough for the third row. Smith in the fighter pilot, or the fighter livery, coming across the bombardier, the brown bomber, shall we call him. Fraser Smith, the brown bomber, drops it on the second row. Dethrones Sabinal from his position there. The final one will be Glenn Corrigan. Anthony Jones has bailed on his second lap. Corrigan, the last one to close it out for qualifying.
That's right. He's coming through the S's right now, and into turns 10 and 11. He's just about at the end of the track, and there's actually a sneaking little overtaking opportunity up here in turn 12. If you're brave enough and can sneak up the inside of another driver, takes the wide midline, going through the carousel. Of course, it's an American track with the carousel, onto the pit straight, and his time is only good enough for P12, just pipping Anthony Jones there, Alex.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at our starting grid for tonight. For round 7, season 32 of Sunday Night Lights here from Mid-Ohio. Henry Moore takes our pole with 29.8, a full 10th ahead of his front row partner here tonight for Team Torpedo, Tim Hendrickson. Fraser Smith, and a second of the UK and I drivers so far. Car number 4 starting from third. Alongside him on the second row, I should say, is Team Milo's Luke Witten, some 3.5 tenths off pole. His teammate starts on the third row out of fifth tonight. Donald Sabinal for Team Milo. Vasco Swarovski for Team Clowns out joins Donald on the third row. He starts out of sixth. Sam Devantier. Look at that, 4 ANZ drivers in a row. The Speedy Snails driver, Devantier, the Cowboy, starts off 7th. And Medema, after sticking right up the top in first lap, second lap, sees Anne finish starting out of 8th. The International Man of Mystery for FBM Ovaltine, Dimitri Philippides, starts out of 9th. Alongside him, the sole Japanese driver who's stuck with us this season, Ogihara, turning up week in, week out. He starts out at 10th. Mark Lay, the second of the Clowns, starts out of 11th, just ahead of Glenn Corrigan in 12th, as we go over the page. 13th, Mr. Jones, who didn't quite nail his laps, and he's starting down there in 13th, Corey.
The way for season 32, round number 7 here from Mid-Ohio. Quite a bit of wheel spin off the line this time, as it's a very undulating front straight here, and Henry Moore takes the advantage going into turn 1. Side by side, Sabinal and Swarovski go through turn 1, and it looks like Swarovski took the advantage in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, a bit of a network problem there, folks, by the looks for me, but we've got side by side through the keyhole for the first time, and now the big back straight string of Formula Fords as Devantier, who's not qualified one of his better efforts, is already defending from the 7 of Medema. Meanwhile, up front, Moore and Hendrickson line astern. Look at them, 2, almost 3 abreast. Then line astern they go through 4, 5, and 6 over the crest. Is lovely undulating elevation changes throughout this US track here at Mid-Ohio. A fan favourite, or a driver's favourite with many. Unfortunately, participation not reflecting that necessarily this week, as they come over the crest through Thunder Valley on the way down to turns, the final series of corners, 10, 11, and then 12, 13 through the carousel, Corey.
That's right, Alex, as it's still more leading away from Hendrickson. Fraser Smith sitting there in third. He's looking a little bit racy already. You can see him just searching around a little bit, looking for any weak points in Hendrickson's race here already. And how about the two Milo cars sitting there in fourth and fifth, Alex? They're looking the goods right now, and they're showing that they got the pace to back it up at the moment.
Absolutely, and they're also sporting the lovely reference to the top split in that livery. Oh, showing the nose. Fraser Smith showing the nose again. Witten, not sure he's defending from his teammate. It's just showing the guy in front and Smith that he's still there. Swarovski and Devantia. Devantia looks to have got the run out of the keyhole and all ready side by side as they head down the big back straight. Turn 3 is that little kink. Down into 4 we go. Side by side for the lead. Hendrickson and Moore. These two have been battling all season. Moore still defending. They'll crest the hill. That's 7 or 6 or 5. Oh my goodness. I can count at some stage, Corey, I'm sure. Then through this tight twisting section. Still 2x2 they go. Noah's Ark style, the front 4. Through Thunder Valley over yet another cresting corner. Fantastic characteristics of this circuit. And Hendrickson has the move done. It took him 3 or 4 corners there, Corey. That's the thrill of this circuit. That's the thrill of these cars, and that's the skill of the drivers.
Absolutely, Alex. And the fact that they went side by side through the entire S's section from turn 4 all the way through to turn 9 is just a miracle in itself, because these guys, this isn't really a wide track, and with how fast these guys are driving, just one small mistake, one loose moment when you're on the inside, and that's both your races done. And he pulled off that move super clean too, and that was more than what Swarovski could accomplish in the warm-up race. And Henry Moore now on the back step for the first time in at least the last couple of races in this one, sitting there in second place.
Yeah, look, fascinating. It's tough to get a pass done here, as we've seen the effort that it takes, and there's a long string. The only movement so far in this field, obviously Hendrickson getting past, Devantia now having a look on Sabinal. He's already dispatched the head clown in Vasco. Swarovski has Devantia, and the only other movement forward is Mark Lay has passed Hideki Ogihara for P10 to just grab his nose or show his nose in the top 10. Ogihara has sort of left a bit of a gap there. Dimitri Philippides is the last driver, the front 9 in a single draft train here as we close out lap 3, Corey.
Yeah, it's incredible to watch it, Alex. Just all 9 of these guys lined astern like this, and we haven't seen a big line of Formula 4s like this for at least a couple of races, and even the second pack there. Just the 4 of them all in a single line. They're not really breaking away from each other, but it's all good hard racing, and that second pack being led by Mark Lay, who has made a position up on Ogihara.
Yeah, that's it. As we said, Philippides the last one on the back of that first pack as they go through the keyhole at the start of lap 4. And indeed, there has been little movement. Only 3 overtakes made in the 3.5 laps to this point. I'm just wondering how much of that's patience. Certainly, this track has a few more opportunities to pass than we saw at Oran Park last week, as Moore now has a look into 4. Hendrickson cedes the corner by the looks, but now he's in a UK and I sandwich between Moore and Smith. 2 of the more aggressive passers in this field, looking to put the Flying Dutchman under all sorts of pressure, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And I expect an attack from Fraser Smith will be quite ferocious. As you said, he's more one of the more aggressive overtakers we have in the field. But I'm actually surprised to see Hendrickson concede the lead that early and that easily, because this is a really good track if you're defending from the lead. It's very hard to make an overtake stick through the 4, 5, 6 complex. But apparently this is the way that Hendrickson wants to race this race, and we'll see how it goes. And a little bit of news on the second pack there. I just saw that Mark Lay starting to break away from Ogihara here a little bit, Alex.
Yeah, Ogihara perhaps showing that Japanese trait of strong in quali and not necessarily able to have the same pace relative to others when it comes to the race. Not sure of all the Japanese guys. Oh, as Devantier is making the move on Sabinal, the question is, can he make it stick? He's got the run out. Down the back straight. Looks to have got it done. Sabinal wise to that. Oh, comes across. I thought Swarovski was going to show the nose, and in fact, it looks like he might do. Into turn 4. Side by side, the leaders go once again. Hendrickson around the outside this time. Now the inside. Through 5 over the crest. And gets the job done. Took a couple of corners. Certainly that time Moore was not as willing and ready to give up the corner as Hendrickson the lap before, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Henry Moore, from what I saw in the warm-up race, very good at defending through turns 4, 5, and 6. That time he just got caught on the outside at the wrong time. And now he's actually under pressure from Fraser Smith as well, who is playing a very patient game here, which is very unlike Fraser Smith. But we'll see how this is going to work out for him. It looks like they're also starting to build a little bit of a gap over Luke Witten right now. And that might be due to Devantier starting to get a little bit racy with Witten himself.
Yeah, it could be. And I should qualify what I say about Moore and Smith when it comes to aggression in their overtakes. They're smart at the same time. I think the aggression is that they're willing to shoot for the gaps. But they're also very patient in waiting for them. I think when you reflect on Smith not having a crack just yet, I don't think the opportunity's been there. That's the thing. The front two are able to get it done side by side, or Hendrickson sees the corner down here at 4 as we saw the lap previously. They do it in such a way they're not compromising the overall speed necessarily too much or enough to give someone else a look. Someone like Smith is eagerly waiting his opportunity. Perhaps he will get more aggressive as the race goes on. Takes the wider line over the crest there. Brings Witten in, or seemingly back into it. No, they're still cracking on. Witten now with Devantier has a little bit of a breath over Sabinal. A little bit of half a whisper of a gap there, but it's closing back up. That, of course, was opened up by Swarovski's attempt after Devantier went through the keyhole at the keyhole last time round, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And it looks like Sabinal has definitely closed that up, and he's actually started to gap Swarovski here a little bit. And that might get nullified a little bit once we start getting onto the 2 straightaways on each side of the keyhole, but we'll have to wait and see. But this top 3 of Hendrickson, Moore and Smith, definitely looking very strong right now. As off the track goes Luke Witten. He goes very wide going through turn 1. That's going to be all the invitation Devantier needs to move up. And so too does Sabinal in that one. And that will open up the gap between 3rd and 4th once more. Just that little bit here, Alex.
Just that fraction of a mistake costs 2 positions and 1 to his teammate, and potentially opens the gap for Devantier to stick with the front 3. Has he got his thoughts together? He does enough to cover off the encroachments of the head clown in Vasco Swarovski. Swarovski thinking potentially to make opportunity on opportunity and make it 3 instead of 2 positions lost, as once again we're swapping for the lead. This time Smith has a look and has a strong crack at it as they crest down through Thunder Valley. Comes up the inside. Fantastic. 2 for 1 almost, but the wrong way for Smith. For Moore. As Moore's really pressuring on the back of the brown bomber there. Car number 4, Fraser Smith. But that is a big turn of events, and exactly what I was saying, Corey. The aggression manifest in grasping the opportunity when it presented cleanly and smoothly. Smith goes through behind Hendrickson.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Fraser Smith, ever the opportunist. Once he saw that sniff of the gap, he absolutely went for it. And because of that little side-by-side stash between Smith and Moore, a tiny little bit of a gap on for Hendrickson. So he'll have a little bit of breathing room here as they come out of the keyhole, although Smith absolutely closing in that gap going through the keyhole. He smells blood in the water now, Alex, and he wants to try and take that lead.
Yeah, absolutely. He's waiting with bated breath for the switchback. He wasn't waiting for long, and then shows the nose up the inside on the run into 4, which is absolutely the primary passing opportunity on this circuit. I saw Swarovski having a look in the background, and he's got the Brad Bomber's
no.
gone. The rear's let go. I don't know if he got any help. We'll go and have a look. Oh, he's struggling to find gear as he tries to get it going again. Let's go see what happened to Smith. I want to see if he had any help. I think he might have, the rear might have just gone on its own, maybe. Yeah, he's just got offline. The camber changes as over the crest. The suspension becomes unweighted and the rear lets go. And it's very easy to grab a box full of neutrals here. And unfortunately, that's what he's done. And that's Smith's night of competitive racing at least over as he sits at the rear of this field now, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It's unfortunate to see just that one little crest and got him all kinds of messed up. But what this has done is this has closed up our top four once more as Devantia and Witten now stake their claim to try and get onto the podium. And look at this, Devantia has taken a peek around the outside of Henry Moore there. He's going to try and switch it back here on the inside as they go along the back straight. Couldn't quite get there. Now he switches back to the outside and he might have a little bit of a run here going into turn 4, but not quite. And Henry Moore right up on the gearbox of Hendrickson as they came out of that little kink in turn 3.
Smart racing from Devantia there. How's he going? Very difficult to pass here. And he's up 4 positions. Biggest mover in the field. Jones not far behind him with 3, sitting in 10th at the moment. But he knows he's still got laps in hand. We're only 13 minutes into this one. Just under 7 minutes to go as they get around on the closing stages of lap 9. And Devantia just showing all worlds of class at the moment as he moves through this field. I want to go back and see if I can find where... there we go. Witten's past Sabanal, and I think this is earlier on. Witten's gone through on Sabanal at the keyhole, and I think this time Sorowski's taken the racing line and maybe got the run. We'll go back to live pictures at the minute as the guys run out of turn 1 that time round. So the team orders were reversed, but I note also that Sorowski's gone through on Sabanal as well. Corey, I'll see if I can find that one as well.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I also noticed on the last lap, Ogihara has now dropped down to last. It looks like he's had a spin in the same place that Fraser Smith did, which is very unfortunate. But the race does go on. Henry Moore just peek into the inside ever so slightly on Hendrickson coming down towards turn 4. Couldn't quite go for the move. And our top 5, in fact, almost our top 6, is looking pretty strong right now, and they're all very racy, very aggressive drivers, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. I want to see this overtake from Sorowski. Yeah, he got the run when Witten went through. Sorowski got the run out of the keyhole, got the inside running through the kink at turn 3, down to turn 4, has the braking on the inside, holds the Milo car out, or just parks his car in the right, didn't park it, he ran his car in the right spot on the right line and got the move done. And we see the unfortunate Fraser Smith there in the background as we're back on live pictures now. And I'll see if I can find, yeah, there's the Ogihara. Let's go see what happened to Ogihara. As you say, he's on the run down through 4, on that wider line on the entry to 5, hits the apex. Oh, he just got a bit of a help. Knackers. I think Corrigan gave the Japanese driver a little bit of help in the over the crest. Turned him round, as it turns out, as we return to live pictures once again to see Hendrickson ahead of Moore and Devantia. Devantia really, I don't know, he's the one to watch on this one, I think, Corey.
Oh, I think so, Alex, because Henry Moore did not get a great exit out of the keyhole that time. And look at the run that Devantia has. He can't quite do it anything with it yet, but he just put Moore on the defensive there, going along that back straight, and Moore unable to really attack Hendrickson, although Hendrickson looked like he made the slightest of mistakes there. Going over turn 5, just sounded like he spun his wheels ever so slightly. Henry Moore back all over his gearbox, and just look at the different lines as they come out of turn 8, going into turn 9 and into Thunder Valley. And you can see just it's very easy to make an overtake in some of these back sections where you normally wouldn't see it, just because of the differing lines between some of these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. As they now approach, they come through the carousel down to the final corner for lap 11. Beautiful shot there as we come back with the leaders as they cross the line to begin their run on to lap 12. Just over 3 minutes to go in this one. Corey, who's your money on?
Oh, it's going to be hard to look past Moore and Hendrickson, but I think given the history, we might see maybe a coming together between them, and I'm thinking we're going to have an Australian winner here tonight.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Not obviously death riding anyone up front, but there's 4 ANZ drivers in P3 to 6. Any one of them ready to pounce and take their top spot on the podium. A couple of them, 3 of them actually looking for their first time. Devanti, the only one to have taken out a race here on a Sunday night. The boys are, the front 2 are pretty brave. They're taking that wider entry as they crest the hill through 6 or 5 now as they come through the S's. Over the hill down into Thunder Valley once again. Witten just opening the corners up to crest. Beautiful corner, this one here, cresting. The car floats to the outside. You just hope it grips up before it gets the grass and lose the rear again. Coming through the final sector now. Round as Corey mentioned, it's not a US track without a carousel, and here it is, folks. 2 minutes to go as they cross the line this time round at the start of 13. My money's on Devantia. And I think, although having said that, with only a couple to go, he's a lot of work to do to get forward from there, doesn't he, Corey?
Exactly right, Alex, which is why I called the mistake between Hendrickson and or Moore. I think it could happen, but with 2 laps to go, there's not much time for it to happen. And these are, 2 of the better drivers that we have here in the Formula Fords in the iRacing world. So we'll have to see how it's going to play out. Looks like Moore not going to quite be able to go for a move here. He is all over the gearbox. Let's see what he does. He dives to the outside as they come out of turn 3 to Little Kink. And will he hold it deep? He does. Can he maintain the momentum on the inside now? Through turn 5 they go, and you can see the tires starting to warm up quite a bit, and maybe the grip's not quite there for them going through turn 5 as a little bit of slidiness happens. But Henry Moore takes the lead this time. Hendrickson not so cordial with him this time, and it's going to set up a fantastic final lap here, Alex, as we get ready to come out of Thunder Alley for the penultimate time.
Absolutely. You are spot on there. Hendrickson not just seeding the corner there through 4 and 5. This making more work very hard for every bit of it, as you would expect. And as they cross the line, 1 lap to go here as Fred the flag marshal vigorously waves that white flag, surrendering to the fact that this one will be over in just over a minute's time as the boys get ready to throw everything at him for this last time round.
And here we go. We can see everyone spreading out across the first part of this straightaway into the keyhole. Side by side was Devantia and Witten going through the keyhole. And it looks like Witten got a pretty good run on the outside line there. He is all over the tail of Devantia. So Devantia is not going to be able to mount a challenge on the top 2. What can Hendrickson do here, though? You see, defensive goes Moore, to the outside goes Hendrickson. Who's got the bigger brakes and who has got the bigger cojones? We'll find out here, side by side through turn 5 on the very edge of grip. Hendrickson's going to be on the outside for turn 6, but it's going to turn back to the inside for 8. Moore with the advantage right now as the racing is just intensifying here, Alex, into Thunder Valley for the final time, and they're still side by side.
Look at them fanning out as they crest the hill for the final time. Still side by side. It's been half this final. Oh, Hendrickson goes deep. Gets it covered off. Beautiful move there from Hendrickson to get it done. As the final run through the carousel, the final 2 quarters, he comes out in front, and it's Hendrickson, Team Torpedo's own, who takes the win here for round 7. Beautiful racing. Beautiful skill on display from all of them. Fantastic driving throughout this race by our front pack. This second pack out the back here, I think it was Philippides who took that one out up 2 positions. Fantastic driving there. Just trying to find Ogihara there. He's just finished in behind Corrigan. Anthony Jones on his return, unfortunately. Oh, he's had a crash on the last lap. By the looks, let's just quickly check out what happened to Jones. Just coming through the final sector. I'm going to bet he's either clipped the grass or the rear's just gone on him. It looked very close. Yeah, the rear goes. There it is. It's interesting. It's a different world in these cars. The rear just want to let go. There's different kind of throttle control these days in these ones. So, all right, let's go take a look at our race results. For season 32, round 7 here on Sunday Night Lights from Mid-Ohio. Tim Hendrickson had to fight tooth and nail through that last lap. I think there might have been a smidge of contact through the final sector there, but beautiful cut across out of turn 11 it was, just to really stamp his authority on that lead position, making sure Henry had nowhere to go. There was no open doors, and Devanti was all through it. He was just between Witten and Swarovski. I mean, Witten threw everything at him, but just couldn't get it done around the outside of the keyhole. And Swarovski had 2x2 in front of him, just nowhere to go. Fantastic battle in that front pack. Anyway, Henry Moores finished in second behind Hendrickson. Devanti, the cowboy there, managing third up 4 positions, as we said. Fantastic drive at a place that's so tough to pass. Luke Witten there returning to the top 5 with 4th position for Team Milo. Head clown, Vasco Swarovski, was up, managed to get past 1 to finish in the top 5 and just had nowhere to go, as I said, for Team Clowns. The one that he got past was Team Milo's Donald Sabinal, who finished in 6th, just ahead of the returning international man of mystery, Mr. Dimitri Philippides, who's finished in 7th, FPM Ovaltine. And Medema, who had a bit of an adventure on the last lap, still managed to hang on for P8 ahead of the other clown in the field, Mark Lay, whose big clown shoes couldn't pedal the clown car any faster, but he was up 2 spots to finish in 9th. Fraser Smith managed to claw his way back after that self-spin over the crest at turn 5. Saw him give up the lead and go to last position. He fought up back to 10th. Glenn Corrigan for Jim's Mowing Racing has finished down there in 11th. The last point scoring position tonight will go to Team NRS's Hideki Ogihara. And Anthony Jones, the other torpedo on the field on his return, has finished 13th. Unfortunately, last on track. But I got to tell you, Corey, I was very happy to see him, and I hope the results, if he comes back and joins us again, will go his way next time.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. It was great to see Anthony out there having a run. It's very disappointing that he spun out all on his lonesome there when trying to battle for a decent position. But that's the way racing goes sometimes, and I expect we'll see Anthony back, because these cars are a ton of fun. Even if you don't really like them all that much, you still have fun when you race these cars, especially against similarly skilled people. And the racing display that we saw here tonight was absolutely amazing. As I say each and every single week, these are the best drivers on iRacing in these cars, and they show it to us every single week why they are the top of the top, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I really enjoyed that one. The skill on display was fantastic. The guys getting moves done where I'm sure fairly few people will, and let alone get it done successfully and cleanly throughout was very impressive. But for now, we've got our race winner, Mr. Tim Hendrickson. Tim, I know you sort of came on in the midst of that one and said it was a bit of a sleepy one, but it certainly seemed to pick up at the end there.
Oh, it's always a lovely drive though, Mid-Ohio, and you can go too wide. It's just so awfully slow, and it really gives the person behind you an opportunity at taking a shot at you. So the best strategy is to sit for a bit and just manage gaps, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, we gave it a good go on the final lap, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Side by side throughout much of it, from turn 4 right through to that final run through the carousel. Very strong move to close it out at the end, and just beautiful watch from all involved, mate. And they were lining up behind to have a crack. There was just nowhere to go, even amongst each other. So, yeah, fantastic. It's a good driver's track, this one, not dissimilar to Oran Park in that sense, but just different in its nature. The undulation, the elevation changes. Very similar characteristics to many US tracks, but it's certainly fun to drive, yeah?
it's all about, well, Oran Park is this factor 1,000 with this, but it's all about using the bumps to your advantage, using them for turning. If you take them badly, it will cost you. But that makes it a really fun drive. Really, you need to be really precise, and yeah, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, fantastic drive, mate. Congratulations on another win here on a Sunday night. Great to see your teammate back as well. But
I know. Finally.
and all he got for his trouble was lucky 13th. But anyway, it was good to see him back in there. But for now, mate, before we let you go, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, like you said, of course, thanking Ant for making that race so much more fun. It's always more fun racing with teammates to have some top bands with. Everyone for showing up to this massive soft. Was it like in the 5K near the 6K? I think?
5,700, mate. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Madness. Good turnout, and of course you guys for broadcasting it for everyone. For getting everyone interested in racing this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, mate. Great to see you out there. Look forward to seeing you again in the coming weeks.
Bye.
Yeah, Corey, Tim Hendrickson, our race winner tonight. Sound like you enjoyed it, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. As he said, he was just cruising there for most of the race by the looks of things. And that could be evidenced by how lazily he just let Henry Moore pass him that first time. But, the racing display that him and Henry put on here, with the way that they traded positions, the way they battled it out through the entire S's section, especially on that last lap, was just absolutely incredible to watch. There couldn't have been very much room between them in some of those corners, and they managed to pull it all off without making contact and turning it into a big disaster. And what a finish. These guys just absolutely amaze me each and every single week.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Fun to race, fun to watch, fun to broadcast. Everything's fun here on a Sunday night. Now, we've got our second place driver here tonight who all but won it again tonight, but has erased the memory, hopefully, of the last couple of weeks. Henry Moore, congratulations, P2, in a very hard-fought battle, mate.
Yeah, that was actually really fun. There was a couple netcode touches in why I didn't hold it around the outside on my last lap. Just playing it safe, but finally I got the result I wanted. Yeah,
that's it, mate. Tell me, how did you feel when two of them went through? I thought on the mid stages of one lap. I know Fraser went exit stage right on the crest at turn 5, but did that have you worried at all, given how hard it is to pass here?
Not really. I know I had the pace to stay with them, so that wasn't an issue, but usually the moves just come later in the race, so I was just being patient, waiting behind, and then Fraser spun anyway, so that's one less car to worry about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Go ahead, mate.
Yeah, that was a really fun race. Just a shame about the netcode, really.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I've seen worse, though, so maybe iRacing, in one of the recent updates they've done, have done us a favour, done us all a favour, and sort of fixed some of the netcode issues with the side-on-side, wheel-to-wheel contact in these cars. But, mate, can I just congratulate you and the guys around you? It was fantastic to watch, the skill on display and where it's so tough to pass, and 4 or 5 corners to get the pass done makes a lot of fun on track and a lot of fun here to watch as well. So congratulations, mate, and anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight.
Yeah, it was a great drive from Tim. He had the pace all the way. Haven't seen him this week though because I haven't done much practice, but he had really good pace, and thanks to you guys for commentating every week.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Henry, mate. Congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, Corey, Henry Moore, top drive there. Nice to see him with a smile on his face at the end of the night as well after a couple of rough ones.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And he puts in 120% effort every single week. He comes out and has a crack. And, as I said, the battle between him and Tim was next level, especially for a track where overtakes generally don't happen that often unless it's into turn 4. But, just the amount of skill that these drivers are exuding, it ceases to amaze me every week. Just how much on another level these guys can go when they really need to pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Next on our journey through the field is, speaking of journeys through the field, S32, the biggest mover in the field. up 4 positions, not where he wanted to qualify, and maybe not where he wanted to finish, but on the podium's nothing to sneeze at in this field, mate. Looked like a bit of fun out there anyway.
I mean, for my 4th race, it was pretty fun. Never touched the track all week. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. I got to say.
Yeah, nice one, mate. I was really pleased to see you putting the moves on during the race thoughtfully. I thought there was also a couple of times where going into turn 4 in the sort of middle stage of the race, you might have had a look to go into P2, but perhaps thought better of it under the circumstances. Really let the race come to you, which I think is really smart.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't want to die. That's probably the main thing this week here. And yeah, it paid off.
Absolutely. What were you thinking with the 2 in front going toe-to-toe? Did you see an opportunity at any stage, or were you just hoping that you got through alive?
I mean, past weeks, yeah. So let's go with that, yeah. But yeah, Neko.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, congratulations. Another podium under the belt. Fantastic drive. Anyone who'd like to say good day to or thank while you're here?
Just you guys all see every single week, and yeah, that's about it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Sam. Great drive, mate. Great result. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yep, see ya.
There you go. The somewhat subdued cowboy, Sam Devantier. Great drive there. Like I said, not easy to overtake here. He got 4 done through the middle to top section of the field. You can see he's just in the replay here putting the moves on Swarovski. Top drive from the cowboy.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, with this track being as hard to pass as it is, it's amazing to see some of the battles that was going on, and just the fact that Sam was able to pass 4 people on this track, especially with how strong this field was, is a bit amazing in itself. And he finished 3rd on the podium, which is awesome. But it's a bit hard to read him sometimes when he's just had what he would deem to be an average race. But hopefully next week we can see him qualify a little bit better, and we can see him right at the pointy end fighting for a win once more.
Yeah, that's it, mate. He's putting his stamp of authority on the leading ANZ driver this season once again, showing the way there on Swarovski in the replay. But speaking of Swarovski, let's bring up the head clown, who's finished in P5 here tonight, up 1 position from where he started, and looked to me, Vasco, like you were looking for some way to get through there at some stage. Just didn't quite open up for you.
Evening, fellas. Yeah, we had a big brain fade all the way along, and I'm kicking myself for letting Sam go. I was like, no, I'm not going to hold us up. And then as soon as I let him pass, I'm like, hold us up for what? They're going to be side by side in a lap or so anyways. And yeah, so it was a bit silly then, and then we ended up falling back a little bit and watching Sam drive through. But it was good battling. No, it was very good, mate. There with Don and Luke, got a Milo sandwich everywhere at one point. Yeah, pretty awesome. I think the boys at the front did pretty good. I didn't see what happened with Fraser. I just saw him peel off the track, and I was like, please don't spin back. But mate, yeah, I think neck code was a little bit of a thing here this week, but yeah, it did awesome. Hopefully the broadcast come awesome too. Showed all that.
Yeah, mate, it did. The quality of the racing up front was really good. The skills very much on display. The skill required to get around here quickly, but then to get around quickly side by side with others on top. A little bit of a moment from Smith. The rear let go of its own accord, but that'll happen when, like many, a bit short of a run here. This track not bringing out the drivers that we might otherwise see. But well done, mate. Fantastic to see you up there battling with the big boys, and in amongst those ANZ drivers all cracking for their shot at the top spot, mate. Well done. Top 5 finish here tonight on the back of some good results. Well, last week in particular, qualifying's been going your way. Things are building nicely for you. But congratulations again, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Oh, you guys as always, and the other drivers, mate, from being so great. So keep it going, and on to the next one.
Beautiful. All right, mate. Well, congratulations again, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
There you go, Corey. The head clown, Vasco Swarovski, had a strong performance. He's been qualifying really well lately. Not quite up to where he wanted to be this time round, but strong performance, consistent. I like some of his lines there for consistency and putting him in a position to attack. Just didn't quite open up, but the strength of drivers around him was pretty spectacular as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Vasco put on a pretty good showing here tonight, including in the warm-up race, where he fell second to Henry Moore, but he fought every single lap in that warm-up race, and the amount of effort that Swarovski puts into his racing is almost second to none. And that's why he's getting the results. He's got the pace that we've been seeing out of him lately, and I love to see it. And I hope next week we can see him fighting for a podium position again and getting onto it, because the Vasco from last week, where he got that second place, was an amazing one to listen to when he came in for an interview.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Yeah, well done, Vasco. Great to see you out there doing well. But, folks, that might just about do us. Fantastic drive from Hendrickson. Sees him take it out. Once again, new helmet, I think, there. Different coloured smiley this week from the familiar yellow. Anyway, that'll do us, folks. Corey, do you want to let the folks at home know what you got coming up this week?
So this week on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator, we're going to be going to the Michigan International Speedway for the Gladiator 160. So it's going to be 80 laps around the Michigan track, and that should be a pretty good race. We've had a couple of short races, like short tracks, to start the season off. Be great to see how the Gen 4 cars go around a big, wide open 2-mile track like Michigan, and especially with the caliber of drivers we got there as well. Some really, really good drivers in that field. And then apart from that, maybe a couple of random streams throughout the week on my personal channel. And then back here with you next week, Alex, as we go and take on the free track of Summit Point Raceway.
Yeah, that's a real cracker in these cars too. So looking forward to that one a lot. But folks, don't forget to go check out this and all the other race replays from 32 seasons of Monday and Sunday Night Lights over at the Top Split YouTube channel. Beyond that, we'll be back here, as Corey said, next Sunday night here on Top Split TV on Twitch. Same bat time, same bat channel, 8:45 p.m. Australian Eastern, which is GMT plus 10 at the moment. But for now, folks, thanks everyone for joining us, both on the track in particular and in the viewing audience. Your support is greatly appreciated. But for now, folks, and until next time, I'm Alex McKellar, and on behalf of the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I will say ciao for now.